Come on, bow drop. Double flask as my blues. That's rough. That's rough. I don't think we're going to be able to afford a bow from Renly.
It's because there's a beast out you could choose. What would you like?
Oh, we can't afford a bow from Renly. Damn, if we actually had got some drops, we might have been able to afford the +1 proj bow. But we are going to be able to afford a bow at least.
Might make a good strap.
Can I afford a quiver? No.
I'll find some use.
Alright, so since we were able to get a bow on start, we can start with lightning arrow.
Count must die for what he has done to us. Face me!
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Early Monday. Did not need to kill those. Did anyway. Hey, what's up, Dirk? How you doing, bro? Good morning, sir. Okay, there's my borrow. I might do Lich King Warbringer start. What's that? Arthas? Ah, gotcha, Dirk. If we are less than 2 weeks from launch, so, you know, I need to get this guide. You know, we don't have the patch notes. I need to get a rough idea of how it's going to play and the mobalytics finished as much as I can before the patch notes, because once the patch notes drops, I'm going to have to be spending time updating both the Thorns guides and the supporting fire guide, so We can try doing it without lightning rod. We'll see how bad it is just for the science. Lightning rod would have helped a lot. Definitely should try and get the lightning rod gem before you do this fight. Yeah, I'm going to be League starting Ironbound. It's a new bow, Nilsson, that's coming in the patch. Is it a song from WoW? No, it's the this is Clearfell's music, I think, or one of the Starting Town's music or something, in a lo-fi remix. So it's just PoE 1 music. I'm out of flask. About to be out of mana. Gonna have wolves soon. I don't know if I'll kill them before wolves. Bad, bad, bad. Dead. We tried. Yeah, I should have gotten lightning rod. Just like with a white bow and no lightning rod and no quiver. A little bit too tough for that. Figured it would be. Definitely could have played better, but make sure I have either a quiver, a better bow, or lightning rod for that. Just go find a lightning rod. Because ideally you wouldn't be using any crafting currency on a crude bow, you know? So it's like even if I had the currency for it, I wouldn't have wanted to slam that. I need to do a run where I test just Contagion with mace stuff until you get to Rust King to see how that feels. Okay, lightning rod. But yep, League starting a Bowbringer. See, like, the damage difference when you have lightning rod is just like same bow, nothing changed. We just picked up lightning rod, and kill time is just way better. Very important to get lightning rod before you do Bera, whatever you want to call her. What is Scape Ship Snipe combo? You mean Escape Shot? Yeah, that's in my mobilytics. We probably won't be using that on this build, though. Once you get Ironbound, Lightning Arrow, Lightning Rod is going to be doing so much damage with the Pierce return that it'll double trigger every Lightning Rod. So it's probably going to melt bosses in like 2 seconds. But we'll have to see. It all depends on, you know, how good the bow ends up being. A lot of question marks right now. Because, like, it's just a bow we can't test, and it has, like, so much scaling potential that it could just be busted, you know? And, like, you don't even need to do snipe on bosses, because... Yeah, what's up, Corso? I assume that's not possible. Like, in most of my stuff, Crazy, I'm not even, like, considering that as, like, when I'm hyping up this build. If it is possible, that's gonna be fucking crazy for sure. But for some reason, I've written that off as not possible. So, like, in all of my, like, hyping up of, like, the bow's potential, I don't even consider that. Like, if that happens, though, yeah, I mean, that changes everything. Which is already a crazy bow. The biggest scaling factor is if we get... So, they have the new Kalgurin... This is the bow I'm going to be league starting on my Warbringer, by the way. I'm going to make sure the Mobalytics is linked in both chats. Please favorite the build on MOBA if you have a MOBA account. But the legendary effect here, or the thing where you can snapshot legendary effects. A lot of people suspect this bow is going to be an Ezomite or Kalgurin unique, so it can have its effects yoink for a rune. If you're able to stack a legendary of effect inside of an item of the same legendary, so if I stole hits with this weapon, have 1 to 4 added physical damage per block chance, and put it in another one of these Ironbound bows, if they stack, that's one of the biggest scaling things this bow has, period. We just don't know if you can put the same unique effect from a legendary inside of an already, like, the legendary. If you can, this bow has, like, is one of the best bows in the game. But otherwise, it's like a competitive with, like, a, you know, above average rare bow. But, the effects are cool. See if I can afford anything from the shop.
Welcome. I fear that I've collected these over time. What do you think?
Ugh, wasn't worth it.
We will survive.
What have we got?
Maybe we can't afford any of that, unfortunately.
If you find a
Alright, white bow. White crude bow, no quiver, versus this dweeb. Let's see how it goes. Oh, that is some awful deeps. But at least it's doable. Like, this is like the worst case scenario league start, where you just get, like, you're a Warbringer, so you don't start with a bow, and then all you get is this crappy white bow. It's good that we're able to, like, get a test run doing this. So it's like, it's clearly possible, it's just slow. Quiverless white bow challenge. Hell yeah. Look at this fight's easy as a ranged character. You get infinite flash charges from all the little dudes that spawn. You could skip Devour too, though, right? Though you might want the support gem. On League Start, I'm probably going to do them. I just assume on League Start. Because, like, on League Start, I like to I don't full clear every area, but I like to do all the side objectives to A, see if they've changed anything about them. but also because there's like so much new stuff, you want to like just like test things and stuff. But what I think you might do is you would just go straight, like exactly. What might be the play is what Crazy Odd just said, is you stay maces and you play like a mace skill with like contagion. You play a mace skill with like contagion and stuff. And then you just wait till you get the bow from Rust King, and that's when you swap bow. I'm going to be doing like every day this week, testing like a different type of league start and see which one I want to do for the guide.
Now this. How can I help? Anything take your fancy? No. Well.
How do you think it can be possible for GG to make this new bow for Ascendancy for Hunter? I mean, if you can capture the effect, you can get arrows returned if they pierce a target on fully broken armor as a rune. So that would be how you could use its effect somewhat on a other Ascendancy. But this is designed for Warbringer because it's 75% block. What's your take on the paywall stuff? I don't give a shit. I mean, so like I don't know, like, so some people, crazy, the thing is they like to play, like if they're league starting a build, they want to use that weapon type from the start. Miso was advocating for it. I mean, from every single game I've ever played before PoE, it is like openly accepted that content creators can paywall content if it's helping support them as a full-time content creator. It is only the PoE community where the elites of the community, the ones who are financially secure and able to make, you know, more money in a year on a single league start than the rest of the creators make throughout the entire year, are trying to tell people that they shouldn't try and make themselves more financially secure to become a full-time creator. I find that be one of the most infuriating and cringe things about the PoE community is they love to police stuff that doesn't need to be policed. I personally would never paywall any of my content because A, I don't think my builds are worth paywalling, and B, I'm not a full-time content creator. I don't give a shit about it. Will I never do it? If, like, I can't say never if it becomes the norm and there's, like, a point where it's like, you know, maybe in 5 years I'm trying to be a full-time content creator. I doubt it. I would never probably do it. But if Rabbit, who complains about how what he makes is minimum wage, even though he makes, you know, streams of 500 people, you know, if Rabbit started paywalling, you know, 1 week early access or something, and that allowed him to sustain himself and support himself full time, I would have no problem with that. It's a really, really cringe and stupid discussion.
Another for my collection. Thank you.
Boy, take a look.
I kind of want to buy that, even though we're going to get a new bow soon. Yeah, the PoE community likes to sniff their ass like that, Sleepy. Yeah, we're gonna buy a quiver.
If you find a bug,
Bow can work on any build, just easier with Warbringer to get higher block chance. Yeah, so like with the way the bow build works is it scales off your block chance. Like ultimately, if you're using specifically the Warden bow, you get the highest damage out of it with the higher your block chances. Warbringer reaches the highest block chance, period. 75%. 75%. That's the highest you can get in the game. Titan can get to either 71 or 72%. but it requires so much investment that you lose, like, an absurd amount of damage to pull it off. So it just ultimately ends up not being worth it to use this bow on anything but Warbringer. You could use it, like, as a twink leveling item, but if you're talking about, like, its maximum potential, Warbringer. Also because of the bottom line, where arrows that pierce fully broken targets, return, Warbringer automates armor break. So it's just two things right there that work out to be, like, really well designed for Warbringer. Yes, you could play it on other stuff to an extent, but that would be risky in my opinion, because we have no idea. We have no idea,
It's been many years.
like, how good the bow's potential is going to be and stuff. Like, maybe it's fine at 50% block, and then Warbringer is just cracked with 75%, but I feel like you're going to want to be Warbringer if you're using specifically the bow.
Seems no one is safe from corruption.
Yeah, I know, like, the argument is, like, there's bad actors, but, like, yeah, you police the bad actors. Like, you don't police the hardworking, good creators that you know aren't scumbags. Like, it's just the rich gatekeeping the not rich from making some money. It's all it comes off as. It's really cringe.
That makes fun of my collection, but I think it's charming.
Like, anyone stupid enough to pay for a build stuff, like, if they're actually paying for it because they think it's the only way they can get that information, that's on them. 99% of the people that would be paying for that stuff is specifically doing it to support the creator.
How can I help? Anything take your
It's not like,
Till next time.
you know, the buttholes, bottom of the barrel of the community are going to start making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year by stealing Fubgun's build and then, like, costing money, charging money for it. Like, nah. It just enables those who deserve to make money to make a little extra money, because you do not make good money in the PoE space. Again, I genuinely do not give a fuck. I'm not ever gonna paywall content, but it does not. If, like, tomorrow Miso and Rabbit both announced they were gonna start paywalling stuff, like, I wouldn't be like phased at all, you know. It'd just be another day. What about shield wall content? All of that should be paywalled because no one should see it. Shield wall's trash. It's a boring, lame skill. Don't fall for it. Stay away from shield wall. Don't worry, it's getting nerfed in 0.5. Did they say that in the Q&A, or are you just, like, you know, speculating? I have no idea, Compot. Oh, it's because, the reason the discussion came up is because I believe yesterday, GGG tweeted out something about the new build making assist tool that, like, can go in-game for guides. And Jung tweeted out, in response of it, saying, anyone that paywalls builds is scum, and they should be, or I don't want to misquote him. It was something like, anyone who paywalls builds is scum. Guy that dies, he's a speedrunner. He won the most recent race, or won one of the most recent races. And he makes a bunch of speedrunning campaign clear guide content on YouTube. He paywalls his content. I don't know exactly how he paywalls it. I think he does, like, early access or something. So if you're, like, a member on his channel, you get, like, a week early access or something. I don't know. It could be more than that. I have no clue. They had, like, a discussion about it on stream, and it is a talking point in the community right now. Oh, just joking. Gotcha. I mean, Shield Wall is really good. It is very good. I just think it's boring. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I know a lot of, I'm not trying to shit talk the Shield Wall fans. I know a lot of people like Shield Walls. It's just not the kind of melee skill I like to use. I like my, like, for me, a melee skill is using, like, my hammer, my axe, and, like, you know, you feel yourself, like, slam that into the mob. For Shield Wall is like, it's cool, but it ain't my favorite. It sucks that I'm still using that. It's so funny. Why is Warbring the worst for it twice? I've never played Shield Wall except for, like, forever ago, so I don't know what it is. For me, your best build is Wind Dance Sunder with the Overleach body armor. That build was fucking so fun. Old Wind Dancer with Sunder. I think that was 0.2. Maybe it was 0.1. That build was so fun. The base bow is so bad. I feel like you might just stay like a mace skill if you don't get a good bow. Or maybe you just like, maybe my play is wrong. Like, I've been clearing this entire zone because I'm just yapping, but I probably just need to rush straight for Rust King and get the good bow from that zone. Instead of like just doing all this bosses and making sure I have all the checkpoints. I'm not a speedrunner. I'm a noob. Oh, I'm out of mana. Okay. We're out of flask.
This can't go on.
Probably should have Frost Bomb sooner instead of Escape Shot as well. Is there no bow spell to scale with strength? Don't you need a lot of strength to put a lot of armor on and dex in for spells and bows? I mean, you can play. I mean, take a look at the mobilytics. I've got all the brackets planned out pretty well. But you can play, if you're having struggle with attributes, you play Armor Energy Shield Hybrid or Armor Evasion Hybrid. But if you look at the Uber late game tab, we're playing full evasion with the bow. So... But no, it is not going to be difficult meeting the attribute requirements for this build. Okay, I need to not be killing random rares. I gotta stop doing that. Okay. So basically, what you should be doing is rushing here and finding the racks and getting yourself a good bow, instead of what I did, which was full clear every zone before it. Was it the short bow you get from the rack? Something like that. But you ultimately do not need a lot of armor. Once you get to Act 3, if you look at the mobilytics hop, when you get to Act 3, there's a bow called Rear Guard, a quiver called Rear Guard, that gives you a lot of base block. Once you get that, it is very easy to hit block cap. If you're still at that 50% cap, because you're deciding to go in floating impacts, you will be capped with Rear Guard, and with little minimum passive investment. And then for the 75%, it's not hard to get in late game either, by getting a corrupted Rear Guard. And we also don't know if, like, right now this is all we know about Ironbound. This is like all the information we have on it. We don't know if like the 12% block chance has a roll range. So, there's a lot of variables. A lot of variables. Give me the bow. Every time I'm in a Red Veil, it's always the last refined arms I click that gives me my fucking item I want. Every time. I've never gotten, like, the short bow first. I kind of want to restart this run, because I feel like I did too much stupid. I should play out a little bit more, but I don't like the order of skills I picked. And I don't like how I handled the bow situation. I will be making a filter. I haven't made a filter yet. I don't want to make a filter right now and then have to remake it whenever, you know, launch comes, so... Right now, I'm not practicing with a filter. But you don't really need to, like, have a bow filter outside of, like, 1 through 11. Because at some point, you're supposed to buy Ironbound. I want the bow. No way, I just like walk past it barely. Is this it? Oh, there's 3 right here, so one of them gotta be it. Hey, there's a short bow. Crap. Crap. Darn. Doubled our damage, though. Yeah, I mean, there's so much, like, possibility with, like, the corruption variants, you know. We still gotta figure out, like, what Ezomite and Kalguran uniques are. I love asking this question. It's because, like, it's what changes for me every day. What league mechanic are you guys starting? Expedition. I was thinking Breach at first, but I started leaning towards Ritual. I hate Expedition, so I'm not sure if I'm League starting it. Obviously, the first thing I'm doing is getting all the Atlas points, so I'm going to be doing, like, the... whatever it is, the wall farming. Oh yeah, that damage is so much better compared to like how all of our bosses have been going. I feel like you just like almost like, if you don't get a good bow, you just like run straight here and you get the short bow and then you can start playing. Yeah, you gotta get the Atlas points first. Yeah, for sure. With the new tree now, probably Breach. Ritual, assuming big Chronomancer buffs. I want to farm bosses. So for me, like, I want to do everything. I'm going to throw out a curveball that I don't think a lot of you will like. I kind of want to League start Temple. I know that sounds crazy, but... I didn't play Temple, like, at all this patch. Even in my practice runs, you guys don't see me go inside Temple, because I don't like the current Temple. I actually like the changes to Temple. Tier 4 rooms sound really cool, because of, like, limbs and shit. But also, cultivation orbs are going to be so expensive. So, I'm actually kind of hyped for Temple. But, like, every mechanic has something I want to farm. Ritual is what teased Mage Blood. So, a large part of me wants to just farm Ritual for Mage Blood. Because who knows what that's going to be and how much it's going to sell for. Delirium has insane rewards. Insane rewards. With the double anoint necklaces, megalomaniacs. And the changes to it look interesting. Breach is like my favorite mechanic to play. I love the changes to it, and its rewards are going to be insane. I really want to get one of the amulets that have a spirit gem on it, and apparently that's from Breach. As well as the new Breach rings. We got new Breach rings with better implicits. So, Breach looks super fun. The only one I have really no interest in playing is Abyss. I am probably not touching Abyss at all. Like, I'll probably do it for the campaign section, but, like, you know, I have no interest in farming Abyss just because, like, Abyss has been the most fun and best mechanic for the last 2 leagues. It's probably not getting very many changes. Oh yeah, the new voices jewels too. Yeah, so it's like every mechanic has something fucking awesome from it. And another reason why I want to have farm Temple is like if I get it set up early, then that's good. To farm at Zuri, because I can just farm cultivation orbs whenever I need them. I have a video of that on my channel name. I literally have a video where I talk about you can reset that area to farm the ritual, and I have like a list of all the uniques that you would be able to target farm. I have like I'm pretty confident that like the Act 1 ritual will start giving uniques. Like, that just makes sense if the system's changing to where it's giving only uniques in late game, that the early game versions would do the same. You also already have that mechanic in Act 4, or in the interludes with the one dude. But whether it's resettable, that's like a big gamble, you know? Like, it's currently resettable, but I could see them, like, you know, getting rid of the reset. But I would say it's pretty likely that the Act 1 ritual will change to compensate for the ritual system changes. I need to spend some currency. This is like one of the worst loot runs I've had, so I'm glad I like got to play it because I'm prepared for it now, and you can like clearly still navigate the game. Hey, what's up, Rusty? Yep, counting down the days. Luckily, we got the patch notes soon, and then I think it's 1 or 2 days after the patch notes, we have a interview with DM and Ghazi. I think so, Aya. I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to reset it. I personally think from a solo self-found perspective, if they could reset farm ritual, that'd be cool. But I don't know if GGG likes that. But I don't know. I feel pretty confident that the Act 1 ritual will have uniques in it now. If it doesn't, you know, I'll unlist the video, oh well. But I think it's gonna, yeah, it just seems like it would. And like, look. Huh? Oh. I see what you're saying. I mean, yeah, bow is a rough starter in general, but like, I'm forcing it to start on a Warbringer too, so it's just like, another problem with the Warbringer start for bows is there's nothing here that increases your damage early on. The fastest way you can increase your damage from the passive tree is these nodes right here. If you don't know, bows count as a two-handed weapon. So you have to come over here first, and you get these nodes that give you a big damage increase, and then after that you come over here, and you get these nodes, and then you've got actually a good amount of damage from the passive tree. But for the first several levels, you're really just attributing... Oh, I went the wrong way. I meant to cut this way. I should have cut this way and not this way. We'll fix that eventually. But yeah, like if you wanted to be efficient, you like, and you're like plan for the future with Ironbound, since it's like you want to get block and armor, you would like cut through here. You would go this way, cut through here, come up through here. But if you want to get the damage as fast as possible, you gotta book for singular purpose, and then you book for overwhelm. It's an awkward start since it's a Warbringer. I mean, I agree, yeah. Like, I definitely think it would be better to league start maces, but every time I've had a warrior build that I like for leveling, I want to go get that support gem from the boss. And I play, like, not a warrior build on it, but I make people play maces for the first while. Somebody who's brand new to warrior playing maces for the first time has a miserable experience. So I've stopped, like, wanting to... Like, if I transition out of maces at some point, I try and just not league start it, because the new players get frustrated and quit before they get to the bows. But, yeah, there's a lot of ways this could be set up for efficiency. Yeah. The fuck is this boss? Up here? Not gonna lie, if I'm league starting anything, I want to have some spice, like this Ironbound and Bows and Warrior. I think this is a really interesting league starter with a lot of potential. You have to keep in mind, anytime you're league starting new stuff and there's like a lot of speculation going on it, if any of that speculation misses or too much of the speculation misses, it could not end up like panning out in the late game. But we've done a lot of theory crafting in the Thorns Discord about it. We've got like a lot of POBing going on. I think this is going to be a good league start. And it's got that like that weird flair that us off-meta people enjoy. The thing that's most exciting to me about it is it's not just Warbringer with a bow. In late game, we're playing 75% block with 80% evasion. And as a defensive layer, I've never done that before. I've never played block with invasion before. And that just sounds super tanky. The endgame character we have min-max with Parry has 75% block, 82% evasion rating, 52% deflection rating, 2100 life, and 500 to 1000 ward. And that just sounds so goddamn hard to kill. Plus probably a little bit of damage taken from mana before life as well. So like, and maybe even sacrifice of flesh. So like when you add all of that, it also sounds like sudden one-shots? No. People who say that haven't actually played Evasion in 0.4. An Evasion deflection build, like, if you actually min-max it well, is not, like, random one-shots like people say. And if you put 75% block in front of that, you're gonna be fucking A-okay. But no, like I've always disagreed with like evasion, like is just running around where eventually you're gonna get splat. That's like if you're getting hit all the time, yes. Stop getting hit all the time. Evasion is not designed to be a defensive layer where you can full AFK and just make the worst mistakes and not die, right? And that's where like I feel like a lot of people like they'll like get caught in an effect that hits them 4 times and they'll die. They'll be like, ah, evasion sucks. It's like, well, it's not meant to be something you tank hits multiple in. It's supposed to be kind of like, you know, a little bit of a skill check to it. But I think evasion's a lot better than people give it credit for. And when you put, ooh, we got an Iron Wing. And when you put block in front of that, I think it's just going to be nice. But also the ward. Like, we don't know how good ward is. Ward looks fucking crazy. Just, like, from what we've seen in the clips, it looks like it regenerates immediately. The moment you've, like, taken ward damage, it starts filling up. Do you know of what calculates first? Block or evasion? I think it was block. I don't remember. We talked about it in the Thorns Discord. I know the answer, but I don't know it. The answer's someplace. But also what Crazy said. It's like, you know, every build just get randomly one-shot in the current meta, too. But, also, and I forgot to say this, Rusty just reminded me. In the Q&A, deflection is getting buffed. They're changing the formula for deflection, so it's going to be even better than before. So I think the build will be really tanky. It just comes down to not unkillable, but it'll be like tanky enough to survive all of the hardest content. Without, you know, again, doing something really stupid. Like, it won't be able to eat an Arbiter thing, you know? Go check for a new bone vendor. Gotcha, comp.
Hey.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure that was during like an Abyss or something. I mean, Abyss is just like, that'll kill everybody, you know. Abyss fucking sucks.
I'll find some use for that.
If it was an Abyss, rather. I mean, that's a whole nother discussion crazy. It's like the whole ground effect. Can you even see the ground? That's a whole nother debate, you know. Or not debate, but discussion. Where it's like, how many builds stop dying whenever that happens, you know? There's also like a bunch of like, we instantly found the boss. Interesting. Look at the route we took. This is like the best route ever. Like 2 feet.
Your way has no place here.
Parry. One day I'll get a good bow drop.
Your end will be too.
Hey, what's up, Yeti? Good morning. All my homies hate ground effects and on-death effects. I mean, yeah. That's a pretty common complaint with this game. On-death effects, in general, I think they're just stupid design for a video game like this. I've hated them always in ARPGs, so... Like, anything that prevents me from picking up my loot is stupid. Let me pick up my loot, thanks. You don't need to kill that. But yeah, we also, like, we had the podcast this week with Pox, so I'm super excited about that. But, what's unfortunate is, I don't think we are getting the patch notes before the podcast. And the podcast is likely going to release after, like on YouTube as a VOD, after the patch notes has dropped. So, a lot of people are going to be clicking on it thinking we're going to be talking about the patch notes, and, we're not. We're going to be talking about wanting the patch notes with Pox. Hopefully we get the martial artist teaser soon. Or swords as a teaser. I don't have any support gems with escape shot. It's not worth it this early. You don't use escape shot this early. Even the speedrunners don't use it this early. Look how long it takes to freeze a boss. 7%. I'd have to do that 8 times, and the shot, the snipe wouldn't even do like any damage to him. It ain't worth it this early. Not without ice fight and freeze and escape shot. And that entire style's not worth playing anyways until you get freezing mark later on. You shouldn't play the freeze snipe until you have the freezing mark set up. Use bait early on. You're not you do that whole setup to do like a quarter of his health, and you have to do it 4 times. Oh, I'm about to kill myself. Oh, I'm blowing it. I'm getting hit by everything. While he's enraged. Can I clutch it out? We're fine. He's a bum. I'm a bum too, but he is more of a bum.
Your name has long been maligned in Draven. This was my pleasure.
Oh no, I was trying early escape shot a lot yesterday, and it did not go well. Didn't feel good until you had support gems in it. Alright, respawn checkpoint. See, like on Lachon, I've got him exposed right now, and it's doing 7% of free. Like, it ain't worth it. You just kill him. This early. I'm a noob. You gotta get the support gems in it. But even then, in my opinion, it doesn't feel worth it until you have freezing mark. I can't maybe hit that. I'm a bum. On my next run, I'll try leaning fully into escape shot snipe for bossing, but every time I've done it, it does not feel good until Act 2. And the speedrunners, they don't use freezing shot snipe this early. If they did... We end up armor evade for defense, or what are you doing in endgame? It's gonna be armor evade, and then late game it's gonna be it's either gonna be full armor evade, but late game we have a mobile. In my mobilytics, the late game tab is evasion. I'll try it again on my next run, Nyson, but every time, without support gems, it's absolutely not worth it. You have to have freeze and ice bite, or one of them in it, for it to like even get started to feel like good. But without any support gems, it just feels like dog shit. I'm sad Twister is getting all this attention. Market for spears is going to be insane. Twister might get nerfed, who knows? But Twister is definitely, like, Twister's like one of the best late game projectile skills, if not the best late game projectile skill. So I'm surprised it took this long for Twister to pop off, if anything.
This so weird.
I have a different plan.
That hooded fella. Take a look. That'll be useful.
Is Phobgun going Twister? I thought he was going Ice Shot. Did he re-roll? I thought I saw one said he was going Ice Shot. I mean, he could be going Twister. It's very good. He was practicing it for campaign and said he would switch to Twister or Ice Shot later.
Don't lose sight of it.
But yeah, Twister's is really good. I don't know. If you ever seen like a Prado or a Snoobe Twister build, they're fucking stupid. Patch on a Thursday, right? Yep. I got no idea if that'll work from Spirit Walker. It might.
You won't get away from me.
Dead. Not dead. Lucked out. I don't know what I was doing there. Big bum. Big bum. Oh wow, I'm bad. Oh, we got a double rare bow and quiver. Alright. Warden bow too. Lucky us. Not the best, unfortunately. Dees. Oh, hey, it's Dunkelheart. Oh, I like this buckler. Bucklers are slept on. Especially that one. Alright, finally getting some two-handed damage passes. Our damage is finally benefiting from the passive tree. Parry's good. The debuff from it's super strong. It's super strong. It makes you take more attack damage, and like if you had if you're an evasion build and you can work parry into it for bosses, you can one-shot bosses. It's very weird. There's a lot of like bugs with it, I feel. There are a lot of attacks that you probably shouldn't be able to parry that you can parry. But then there's the inverse, where there's a lot of attacks where it looks like you should parry them, but you can't, and you end up dying trying to parry it. So that's like where the friction point comes in, where most people fall off is that, but I don't know, because I played so much Thorns, I've just played so much Raise Shield and like block stuff that like I'm fine with like parry builds most of the time. Defreeze. Yeah, I think a lot of people played Parry initially in 0.2 and haven't gone back since, but Parry is way better now. I remember on our podcast, Jazzarus was memeing saying he was pissed because he used to be able to like just shit talk Parry all the time, but then he saw my Parry build and he couldn't shit talk it anymore because, you know, I showed. Other people had shown it at this point, by the way. The reason I did a parry build is I don't remember who it was, but I saw someone do a parry build with Explosive Spear. And I was like, oh, okay. This actually looks really good. And then I did it with Freezing Concoction. But a lot of people just like, they haven't played parry since 0.2. And it is in a lot healthier of a spot now. It still needs some help. You think there's possibility of parry in a Thorns build? It's tough because in order to scale parry, you have to scale evasion. Right? It's evasion rating that your parry threshold builds off of. And for Thorns, you don't want to dodge. For Thorns, you want to get hit. So there's like a fundamental friction there between parry and Thorns where it doesn't work. And then the main effect you get from parry, when you parry an enemy, it gives them a debuff where they take 50% more attack damage. And Thorns is not an attack. So it does not benefit from the parry debuff at all. So they added a buckler to the game that has freeze or cold Thorns on it. Which hinted that they want to eventually enable some form of evasion, parry, Thorns style, but it does not functionally exist in the game currently. There are not the tools for an actual evasion, parry, Thorns build currently. We need to hit level 11 for the new stuff. But our damage is struggling. Ooh, blue orange though. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to basically be always having your parry thing up to be able to do thorn stuff. It wouldn't be impossible, but it wouldn't be practical. Because, again, the main parry debuff anyways for attacks, and thorns isn't an attack, so... Unfortunately, like, I've done a lot of Wind Dancer builds, and in 0.4, they nerfed the fuck out of Arctic Armor and Wind Dancer to the point that you can't functionally play them as, like, a standalone build. Like, there definitely could have been an Evasion Wind Dancer build at some point. But not anymore. Wind Dancer is, like, really bad. It's really just a defensive layer now.
That voice. What sinister shadow lurks here?
I'm guessing the last one I need is either up here or up there. I'm glad they're making this area so much better to navigate in the patch. Like, I am as excited for the campaign changes as I am for the endgame changes. If that sounds stupid, I'm sorry, but I am hyped for all the campaign layout changes and all the yellow tape they're adding. As somebody who just doesn't want to learn, As somebody who just doesn't want to learn layouts and is just a big noob, fuck yeah. Give me that yellow tape. Huh? Is way the fuck over here in this corner. I would like to hit level 11 before the boss so I could use the new bow, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. We'll be fine without it. Just would have been nice. They're already unkillable AFK builds. It just depends on, like, what you're wanting to AFK. Like, if you go play Darth Microtransactions, AFK Simulacrum build, that shit ain't dying. That shit's fucking OP. Need more ints, rip.
I must destroy this before it goes any further.
We're gonna be so close to level 11. Unfortunate. I don't think we're gonna get enough from clearing the ritual. Just barely not able to use the bow for the boss. Got too close and he teleported out of my rods like a dumbass. I'm the dumbass, not him. I got too close.
The Wildwood's power is mine.
I'm not ready.
I'm out of mana. Oh, I didn't stop move, or that stopped moving. Wasn't paying attention. Another rare yellow, rare warden bow. The hell? What the hell? Alright, let's see which one of these bows ends up better.
How can I heal thee?
Oh, this one's definitely better. We just doubled our deeps, boys.
Thank you.
We take that.
What do we got? Anything? Take it.
I didn't mean to take Iron Ward.
Find a pint out there.
My brain went on autopilot there. Oops. Oops.
How can I? Nothing is set in stone.
Yeah, it's control click when you. It's control or shift click when you interact with them. I forget which. I mean, there are some builds that can survive all Arbiter hits, but usually they're so tanky that they do no damage. If you want like a pure AFK, like you can do Uber Arbiter AFK, that doesn't exist. You gotta at least be a, you know, a living person playing the game.
Should be the last beacon.
And I think that's how it should be. I genuinely think that Thorns is bad design for a game like this, and it should never be meta. Personally. Where's Una's loot? Trying to find her loot. Uh-oh. Okay. I don't think Rain of Arrows can return. I don't think so. I'll be testing like every skill whenever we have the bow to see like what the best skill is. The assumption is it'll be Ice Shot, Spiral Volley, and Snipe are the best options we have. Though there is an argument for Lightning Arrow. If you put Lightning Arrow in Mirage Archer, Lightning Arrow will return to the Mirage Archer. So you could do Lightning Rod, Mirage Archer cheats, and you're getting like extra Lightning Arrow procs because of every return. So there's also the chance that it's Lightning Arrow. But, yeah. I'm going to test every bow skill. And if there's like a ward, a Kalguran ward skill, that's a bow skill, I'll try that too, of course. You guys remember there was like a day where specters were first introduced, and the exploding pigs that come out of these houses were one of the best specters in the game, and then they disabled them. Yeah, Tornado Shot could work too. Yeah, like one thing we haven't talked about a lot is like in my testing, Tornado Shot does work with return to some extent. So there's going to be a lot of testing on League launch. Another AUG. We're not getting any transes though. Part of me wants to do another run, even though we haven't made it deep to swap to Warbringer yet. Like, for some reason, I just dislike the start, but maybe that's just like because we just got bad bows at the start, and that's just how it's supposed to feel.
Just wait.
Which is fine.
Surely we can.
Your luck has run out.
Rain will take you, bastard.
Face me!
I'm not ready.
Yeah, without freezing mark, it's just not worth it. Let's see. Can I get it off? Like, I just don't feel like that's faster than Lightning Area or Lightning Rod. Like, the amount of time that took to set up, like, look how fast he's dying to Lightning Arrow, Lightning Rod. Like, it just, without having freezing mark, it just doesn't feel worth it to me. Don't you have freezing mark, you know, you instant freeze bosses. What else did I have? Where's my guide? Hey, what up, Karachi? I'm doing a quarterstaff blood mage, and it's really just that, LL, since there's no starting damage nodes, you rely on a good weapon. Yep. Yes, sir. It is not the best league start. Oh, so you are going to try out that Culling Strike build. You should, man. You can get 100% Culling Strike threshold for magic enemies, which is crazy. Again, Culling Strike builds don't have the best bossing, but they're really good mappers. You'd have to find something to do for bossing, which I know you're smart enough to figure out. Like, you'll figure out some weapon swap shenanigans. You were doing weapon swaps before most people, so. But, yeah. As Blood Mage start, you are, you're probably going to be very trade dependent. You're probably going to be refreshing the trade site every 30 minutes looking for new weapons to buy for, like, an Exalt. I'm imagining. Yeah, Yeah, once you get to where you're here, and then eventually you path over here to Overwhelm, the bow start for the Warbringer isn't awful. But also keep in mind, if I am League starting Ironbound, and we do get it on League start, we would have it by now. We would have armor on gear, and we would have some block chance. So this bow would be, like, doing, like, hopefully, like, better DPS than your average rare at this time. We just, yeah. I should hopefully have the bow by now. We'll see. It just depends on, like, currency drops and, like, if Ritual is farmer full or not. You know. There's a lot of RNG with this build. I just hit double the... Oh, I just did a loop and then we're... Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What am I doing? I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, my God, you guys. Do you like a melee weapon on for Iron Ward? Oh, I don't have the strength for it. That's funny. I see. Yeah, without freezing mark, it just doesn't seem worth it. I'm trying a Black Flame Chaos Daw Witch. So far, it's super fun. Yeah, Black Flame is super cool. I think it's really fun. Is that what you're going to League start, or are you just, like, messing around with it right now? Let's go to hideout real quick, or base real quick.
Stay safe.
I've changed my mind.
This will be my second character to reach endgame. Super new to this. Hell yeah, dude. Congrats.
Fun of another for my collection. Thank you.
Cool.
It is
There again. Bye.
Every time I think about fire spells, I think of how few of them there are and how sad that I can play spells without detonate dead. So I would feel bad for you, but I don't know if I'm still releasing it or not. But here's the thumbnail for the video. I don't feel bad for fire spells because of this video I'm working on here. Give me a sec. It's one of these thumbnails. Here we go. I don't know if I'm still going to release it because it ended up being a lot of work, and I'm kind of tired of, like, the debate around this because it's just, like, very toxic and dismissive, but I was trying to make a video explaining why melee players are disappointed that there's no weapons, and there are over 100 range skills in the game that you can make a core skill out of, but there's, like, less than 40 melee skills you can do it in. So I know fire spells have it rough, but I'd rather be a fire spell than a melee main. That's for sure. Because melee fucking sucks. I don't know if I'm going to release this video. It ended up being, It's not that I don't want to make the video, it's just the debate around it is so fucking annoying and toxic. It's just... When the next 4 melee weapons will double, like we're missing 4 weapons from this game. They're melee weapons. And when they get added to the game, we're gonna double the amount of melee skills we have in the game. Like, that's how bad melee's a state right now. Shut up, Ryan. And, like, my problem with it is, there are a lot of skills that aren't actually melee skills, like, that have the melee tag. Like, to me, this might piss some of you off. Sunder's not a melee skill. It's a ranged skill. You're shooting forward a fucking earth projectile. Like, this isn't a melee skill, despite having the melee tag. It's just designed to scale on the melee side of the tree. You know, another example is Glacial Cascade. This is a melee skill. But this ain't a melee. This ain't a melee. This is a range skill. So a lot of the melee skills we do have aren't actually melee skills. Like Tempest Flurry. This is a melee skill. You're in there, you're hitting shit with your weapon. But, you know, I'm not saying that melee should be at the same point of design that ranged is. That will never fucking happen in ARPG. But when you're missing 4 melee weapons from the game and you are a melee main, and the melee class is, or melee skills are just garbanzo beans, the best way I like to look at it is, if you're upset at the state of the endgame and you're wanting it to be reworked and that's what you're excited for, the melee archetype is in the exact same state that the endgame is in 0.4. It is in need of overhaul just as bad. So that's why melee players are always, like, you know, a little bit disappointed when they don't get a melee weapon, is because melee just needs as much love as the endgame does. And I hate, like, when, like, people say that, like, it doesn't matter. Because what they mean is it doesn't matter to them. But to melee players, it very much is, like, you know, an important thing to how they enjoy the game. Now, I'm not defending the idiot that says, I want to refund my $2,000 in microtransactions. I'm not defending that idiot. But, you know, your average normie melee main that's just, you know, wants more melee options. I get why they're upset. Or disappointed. I don't know if upset's the right word.
That's him. One of us will not leave this manor alive. Face me!
Level my 14. About to die. Got caught in a wrong spot when I was trying to open my skill screen. We're fine. We're fine. Dead. JK.
You were no warrior.
Yeah, I don't know. There's three discussions I find annoying right now. I find the paywall discussion annoying. I find the debate about whether like the disappointment around melee weapons annoying, and then I find the discussion around runes annoying right now. I really find the discussion around runes so fucking annoying. It is, like, I am so tired of hearing people, like, beg for the crafting bench. Like, it's not coming anytime soon. We're stuck with the rune system, and if we're stuck with the rune system, it's obnoxious for people to be saying, it's stupid to add 100 new runes. Like, if we're using the rune system, we want more runes. We should be giving better feedback on, like, what the rune system could become, talk about pruning a lot of the current runes. But, like, I'm so over the begging of the crafting bench at this point. It's just like, it ain't fucking happening. It ain't happening anytime soon. I feel like we're stuck with the rune system for a long time. And I honestly don't, like, if you want to say which is better, the rune system or the crafting bench is better. But I don't think the rune system is dog shit, like some people are saying. And it just seems to be like a big talking point in the community is the rune system. And like I just genuinely don't think we will ever get crafting bench in this game. Would be cool, but it's not happening. But I'm not upset that we got 100 new runes. We haven't even seen what the runes are yet.
Open the cage. Release the beast. Give me what you promised.
I'm not ready. You are too weak to do the job. I'll find someone.
There's 2 full sentences that heavily use runes now. Ain't no way it goes away. I mean, that's a good point.
Kill it before
I never looked at it that way. That is a very good point. Yeah, though, I mean, it would require a massive scale rework of a lot of systems in the game. This is the best GNR RNG I've had all week. Like, he almost has, like, every single time I've done him lately, he's instant phased. This is the first time I've killed him, I think, this entire, like, week and a half of practice where he didn't phase and I was able to kill him. Like, in a one phase. Well, like, runes take up space on the loot table. Like, the main thing people complain about is, like, the fucking... Like, the main argument point I see is, like, look at the rune tab. I already can't tell what the runes are. Well, it's because, you don't play the game enough. You should be able to, like, know where half the runes are. Like, if you're fucking using the rune system enough. Like, at some point, you're just gonna learn where the runes are. But, two, like... Okay... How is that different from scarabs in PoE 1, though? Like, scarabs are fucking nuts. Just like 1,000 scarabs. And at least runes have, like, fun design implementations with them. Like, you can, like, they're a balance point. That, like, you can add really cool and unique stuff. So, I don't know. Is the rune system perfect? No. And you should keep criticizing it. I hope that's not what I just implied, is that you shouldn't be able to criticize the system. What I was trying to say, though, was... I'm annoyed at the conversation always going to the crafting bench. That we should go to the crafting bench, because, like... That's just not gonna happen. Yikes. Not good enough. But yeah, the main complaint point I see about the crafting bench, like right now, like everyone's like, when I go to the crafting bench page, it's like, what is half of this stuff? It's like, and now we're adding 100 new runes, and like eventually we're gonna get more sword cores, eventually we're gonna get more idols, eventually we're gonna get more like of the special runes, you know, the leader runes, the greater runes and stuff. Like, okay, if we eventually have 2 to 3 tabs of this, like, isn't that where we're expecting this system to go? That doesn't bother me personally. It does need to be made better, clearly. But...
How can I help? Here's what I got.
I feel like it's been 4 patches of... Or about to be 5 patches of... We should make the crafting bench a thing, and... Yeah, they just added another new ascendancy that's giving 5 new runes. I do agree that there's some overblow. Like, it's really awkward that you have lesser, medium, and greater of so many runes. At some point, there's gonna... Like, some of these runes are bad, but, like, you know... I feel like that gets a lot fixed in time. But, it turns the discussion into stop adding this many runes, which I don't think that should be the discussion. We want them to add more runes. It's just... They need to be a little bit more calculated.
The Countess has escaped with the beast.
Well, I feel like that's just going to be more the case, Memu, or like... If anyone's expecting the rune where you capture a legendary effect, or unique effect, to be cheap, like, that's going to be a giga expensive rune. So I feel like they're just going to be adding way more chase and expensive runes. Runes are a large part of player power and character customization, and I feel like they're just going to keep leaning into that and make more. Hey, what up, Wintality? How you doing, man? I am excited for the patch notes. I'm 99% locked in on my build either way, but, you know, obviously the patch notes allows me to, like, you know, start planning this build a little bit more, and then, you know, it gets me to update all the guides I need to for the people that are playing old guides, so. Yeah, I'm not as hyped for patch notes as everyone else because my build's not determined based off of the patch notes. Like, I'm pretty locked in on what I'm doing. Like, unless something just crazy out of left field's in the patch notes. But I'm locked. Like, this build's so cool that, yeah. And yeah, I'm pretty locked in on this build. You got any idea what you're playing, Wintality?
I need more time.
Oh, you're another person getting baited by the Spirit Walker. Are you being baited by the companion stuff or the projectile stuff? Shut up, last one. I know. From League starting reflect builds to being a bow slut, I'm the worst. Feels so good not playing what is hyped up, same. As far as I know, I haven't heard of any other content creators that are League starting this build, so. Bowbringer seems at least semi-niche so far.
Up there.
Companion stuff, hell yeah. For me, I hate minion stuff, like, altogether. So, like, the companion stuff, like, I have no interest in it. Like, Spirit Walker, I have negative, like, I don't know if I'm gonna play it this patch. Like, it would have to be something real, like, maybe if Righteous Fire Roa works on the build, I'll revisit that build, but, like, yeah, I'm not a minion companion type of guy.
It is done. I shall return to the caravan.
This bow might be bait as well. Yeah, that's fine, though. I don't think it's bait. I would never get baited on League Start. That's never happened to me before. I am unbaitable. Iron Ward on defense? No, I misclicked. I did not mean to take Iron Ward. I did not mean to take it. It was a misclick. I was just brain off. Nope, nothing nothing cheesy going on with Iron Ward. It was purely a misclick.
Who goes there? Take strike.
Oops.
The scorpion.
I bought something I didn't mean to. Apparently it was a bow. Well, that worked out. Ooh.
It suits you. Autumn nights. Who goes there? My web. I shall put this to use.
Should have maybe used that. I'm bad.
Take care.
I need to check new gloves. I still don't have added damage on gloves.
As you wish. Sands
Okay.
guide you.
Does anyone know if Reapkeep is going to be the same pull as leeching with the leech change? I have no clue. I'm really nervous about the leech change. We'll have to see how they compensate for leech in other ways. My fear is leech is just pretty gutted. Depending on patch notes, I might actually start Warrior for the first time. Yeah, you're gonna be playing Bowbringer with me last one. The fuck? Like, what do you mean? What do you fucking mean, dude? What do you fucking mean? You're playing Bowbringer with me. You already know. You already know you're on that Ironbound train. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. You already know you're on the Ironbound train. Gross! No, get baited by Ironbound. Don't be silly. Give me a second. Yeah, what spear last one, by the way? Do you think Mark will do any tinkering with the armor nose in 0.5 when he does the full reworks he wanted to? For sure. The passive tree is getting changed, for sure, for armor and armor EV. The Ordained, huh? Let me put it on screen. Give me a sec, guys. Oh, what did Tribe message me? Oh, I was saying thanks for telling him happy birthday. Oh, it's a late game spear. Righteous Descent. Oh, that spear. This probably drops off the new Pinnacle boss. Cool. Well, what you could do, last one, is you league start Ironbound Warbringer, and then you swap the Titan in late game. But I gotta warn you, if you play Ironbound, you're not gonna be able to put it down because it's gonna be the best build of the patch. So I'm just gonna warn you beforehand, you know. Dr. Fox Shock 3, cool. Alright, give me a second, guys. I need to go to the bathroom. Alright, I am back.
I am a Salah.
One thing I wanted to talk about.
What I mean.
There's a new ARPG that released into its like demo state. It's called, what the fuck's it called? It's called Hellforged, and it looks pretty cool. I might end up streaming it a bit before 0.5 just because I need stalling content, but I might end up fucking around on it. It's got like leaderboards and stuff on it. It's like kind of like a Vampire Survivors-esque game, but it's like got ARPG buildcraft elements to it, and it looks really neat. The Ordain is what I'm going to pivot into. If this bow build does, like, I am committed to this bow build, like, as a league starter, especially if I have people following me, I'm committed to this bow build, and I'm gonna make it as good as I possibly can. I have never leveled a build to level 100 before. I almost always, like, spend less than a week on a character and re-roll, and, like, for this character, I kind of want to, like, fully commit to it. It might be my first level 100. The only way that doesn't happen is if the bow is just, like, way, way worse than we expect. Like, way, way worse. That, like, even the Adorn can't save it. Otherwise, I'm, like, probably committed to this character. But I don't know. What about you guys? Have any of you ever hit level 100 before? I re-roll all the time. Like, last league, I had, like, 14 or 16 different builds I made. So, like, you know, I never play a new character long enough to hit 100. Usually roll at 95 or 96, same. I usually get the 95 or 96. Hardcore basic attacks only? I mean, I started a hardcore thorns character, but I don't know, I got bored of it. He's like level 50-something. Fucking Ryan. The highest character I've ever had was level 98. It was on one of my Titans, I think. But, the endgame has just never been worth grinding enough to, like, get one character a high level. But, like, with this current endgame, with, like, how it's being reworked, like, you could just, like, if you're ever bored of the endgame, there's gonna be something new to farm. Oh. Wait, never mind, I thought I fucked up my tree.
The miners. What happened here?
Like, you'll be able to alternate between Sanctum, Breach, Ultimatum, like, all of them. Like, Ritual, Abyss, Temple, like, all of them having value and being very different now. So as long as this build isn't, like, bad to the point it's unscalable, I should be on it for at least a week. After that, I'm probably going to make builds like crazy. But this first character, like, I'm going to be trying to giga all in on. Probably 1 to 2 weeks of play at least, where I'm scaling him, and then I don't know if after that is supporting Fire Tactician. Did you play PoE 1? Not really. Like, I've played it, like, on and off, but, like, I've got, like, less than 1,000 hours in that game over, like, the last 15 years. And I've never been very, like, I've never enjoyed it to the point where I got far in it. I'm not a fan of the way PoE 1 feels from, like, a gameplay perspective. I've never been, like, a big ARPG guy. This is the first ARPG I've ever, like, played this much. I'm normally not a ARPG guy. Like, it's not I like hate ARPGs, it's just that, like, you know, they weren't my favorite type of game to play. Oop. Oh, I mean, I feel like I agree with you, Sleet, because, like, I see a lot of people say that PoE 2 is becoming PoE 1.5, but, like, I don't think that could ever be the case. Like, to me, there are, like, there's not as much overlap as people are giving, like, are alluding to, and that, like, of course the endgame systems should, like, have a lot of similarities. Like, endgame systems are, like, a balance point that, like, you know, if it's a good balance point, you should copy it, right? But I don't think the games are similar at all, personally. I, like, completely disagree with them being similar. I've tried playing PoE 1 for 15 years, and I've never been able to get into it, and this game just feels and flows dramatically differently. And I'm not shit-talking PoE 1. It's just not for me. If you're taking this as me saying PoE 1 bad, I'm not. There's a lot of things about PoE 1 that's great, but it's just not for me. But I don't think they feel similar at all. I know, Sleepy. I'm clarifying for, you know, like, lurkers and stuff. You know, for peace, like, you know. Yeah, I wasn't trying to say you were saying that, you know.
Need something rouse as long as you like.
I don't know, it's the gameplay feel for me, I guess, is the thing. I don't know. I like the way the combat feels in this game more. I don't know how to explain it. Like, some people like how PoE 1's faster. Like, I guess that's the best way to say it. I like that this is slower in many ways. But like, in this last league, in 3.28, was it? Mirage League? I got level 100. That's the first time I've gotten level 100 in PoE 1. I was playing a Hierophant, I think. Yeah, I'm a big noob at that game. Noob at this one too, though. You planning on doing the new challenges? Yeah, I'm gonna full clear the end game on this character. That's the hope. On both standard and solo self-found, is the hope. What? Did I fuck up? Oh, I don't think I released the trader. Is that what I did wrong? Is the trader not up here? Yeah, I didn't talk to the trader. Shit! Hope my portal's still there. You're free! But I agree. There's, like, so much from PoE. Like, once I started playing PoE 1 Sleepy, that, like... yeah, there's just, like... There's just still so much missing from this game that PoE 2 or PoE 1 has. That, like... we're, like, 1/3 of the way there at the most, you know?
Right, of course.
Like, imagine Maven in PoE 2. Like, we don't even have, like, all that Maven offers. We don't have all that Searing Exart offers. And, like, those are just kind of, like, base mapping, bossing, influencing type things, right? Those are, like, completely... and we have nothing like that in PoE 2 at all. So there's just, like, so much layers of, like, stuff that's, like, super cool coming from PoE 1. Okay, so the Maven fight, you know, the memory game does suck. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm curious how the Kalgurin crafting goes. Is it going to be cool? But even stuff like... there's just, like, so many different crafting avenues in PoE 1. Like, you got beast crafting, too. Like... There's so much, like, weird shit you can, like, engineer in PoE 1 that, like...
Face me!
Eventually, I assume this game's getting, and hopefully the Kalgurin the rune crafting shit and the rune forging stuff is like a step in that direction. You don't like. There's just so much crazy shit that, like, once it gets added, the game's gonna feel so different. Do you know what your league's starting at, by the way, Sleepy? Or are you still up in the air on it, waiting for patch notes? I forget if I've asked you yet. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, there's just like the amount of layers of crafting you can do. That's crazy. I mean, this is the shit I love though. Like, this is how I get into crafting, is you have to like hold my hand through it. And like he's like 2,000 alterations, 2 divine, like that's cool. Yeah. I'm not a big crafting guy, so it's like anytime like we talk about crafting on the podcast, like I don't really get to contribute much. I just started learning crafting myself with this patch 0.4. I really like crafting on bases. I did a lot of low rarity farming for bases, and then I would just craft on the bases and sell good bases. That was a lot of fun. But in PoE 1, crafting is just so much, like, more important and insane. There we go. Here's the balls.
I know nothing of these symbols. What secrets lie within?
I hate doing Babala with bow builds. Can't really rely on lightning rod. She's a squirrely little turd. Mist of salami. Where'd she go? Can't ever catch her in an eye shot. Bad style. Bone deck. It just takes too long to set up without freezing mark. We almost have freezing mark, and then that setup gets better, but without freezing mark, it just doesn't feel worth. A coin? What is this? What is this? A coin? That is one reason, by the way. I don't think I've ever talked about this on stream too much, but I got really bad carpal tunnel from when I used to play competitive StarCraft. Like, and for whatever reason, when play click to move in PoE 1, it like makes my wrists like hurt really bad. So that's just another reason why I don't play much PoE 1, is like, it just hurts. It just hurts my wrists really bad. Versus, so like this last league, I was able to get level 100 because I was playing a Lightning Warp Cyclone build, and I was able to actually move around with spacebar. So I just attached Cyclone to spacebar, and I didn't have to use click to move around. I was using Cyclone to move, and that's why I was able to play this PoE 1 League so long. It's because I wasn't actually moving with click to move. But yeah, but you can't do that with a lot of builds. There's just specifically a Cyclone thing that I was able to do that for. But yeah, that's a large reason why I don't play. I get no wrist pain, no hand pain when I play PoE 2 for whatever reason. But PoE 1, it just destroys my wrist.
These statues are older than anything I've ever seen.
Always find myself skipping ball since you get the guaranteed Barya later and Dashar. I just like getting my ascendancy as early as possible. You can definitely skip the ball if you want to, but yeah.
Let battle be joined.
Hold them back while I open the gate.
So what level are you using Lightning Arrow? 31. Then we go Ice Shot. And then we're Ice Shot until we can sustain Spiral Volley well in endgame. Did I see Guy That Dies Huntress guide? No, I did not. What's he playing on Huntress? Did he release a new guide today? Oh, I think, okay, if you're talking about the light, I don't know if it was on Huntress or not, but I did watch his Lightning Arrow Ice Shot guide, yes. Yes. I did watch that, yes. It's a little bit different with my build because we're using a bow that's going to have a return shot mechanic, so it's like, I don't know how that's going to play out. Like, what skill pairs well with that baseline, you know? Ice Shot from my testing just seems like one of the best skills for it. Because all of the shards that break, return, and hit the boss again. So from that perspective, it just seems like it's going to chunk. But there are techs with Lightning Arrow where you can put Lightning Arrow and Mirage Archer. And the Mirage Archer benefits from your bow and quiver. So it'll get the return effect. So there is a possibility where you keep Lightning Arrow and you spam Lightning Rod and the Mirage Archer is Lightning Arrow spamming and it's hitting twice as much as you normally would. I got turned around somehow. I'm yapping so hard. Frost skills look cool as well. Yeah. Agreed. I think Ice Shot's going to look really awesome in general with the return effect. I don't know if I've showed it recently on stream. I think I still have the Titan set up. Let me see. Where's my Titan? See if I still have the gear set up to show the return effect. You won't need to do this Ice Wall shenanigans whenever you're playing on with the new bow, but this is what like the return effect looks like with skills. So, and anything you hit is going to get pierced, and it's going to do this return effect while mapping. See how it looks with Ice Shot? And this is without, like, extra instances of fork and stuff. But you get, like, a real, like, all the projectiles come flying back at you. You see how, like, sometimes it's super dense like this one? The quiver is what's doing the return projectiles right now, yes. Projectiles pierce 2 times, they return. But on League Start, we're not going to be using that quiver, we're going to be using the bow. Which arrows return if they've pierced a target that has broken armor, so it's like going to be basically automated since we're Warbringer to always return. We won't ever need to do like ice walls to get the return effect. We won't be using this quiver, you know, we're just going to be using the new bow, but it looks really cool with Ice Shot, and when you think of like all those projectiles, just like you're spamming it and it's doing that every time on a boss, like you're just giga dumpstering them. But then you have like skills like Snipe that it's buggy. We don't know if it's actually going to work, but Snipe returns. Didn't return there because we didn't pierce. I don't think I have piercing it right now. The Snipe can return. And then Spiral Volley has absurd potential in like a dense map situation. I don't know if I have. Oh, I don't have Pierce in it. When you're just like in a high density situations and you have like Spiral Volley, piercing, forking, and chaining, it's going to have so much clear, but it's also going to look cool with all of these projectiles just like ricocheting and bouncing back to you and stuff, so. It's going to be visually awesome to look at, and hopefully it's also a good build. And it's like a build that, like, you can get away without playing Heralds. So if you don't like the visual clutter of Heralds, you can run Heraldless on it. How are you going to get this bow? I'm going to trade for it. I play Trade League. Unless it's absurdly rare, which I really doubt it. I should be able to get it by like the end of Act 2 at the latest. Because I've played trade-heavy builds before, like Thorns. Thorns, you gotta trade for like 2 uniques, and then like a bunch of armor pieces very consistently, and if I can trade for that build, I can trade for this. And also keep in mind, the Ritual rework is likely to make Act 1 Ritual give a unique, because they've reworked Ritual to be like reward uniques only now in endgame. So we can assume that change is hopefully coming to Act 1, and that you can currently reset the Act 1 Ritual in Freythorn to farm it. And if that stays, you know, you might be able to farm Ritual by resetting the zone and get your own Ironbound bow that way. I don't think it's likely you will be able to reset it. You currently can. I assume that's going to get fixed. But if you can't, everybody at level 11 getting 1 free unique from Ritual is going to flood the market with so many of the bows that it'll be cheap. It's just like, if it's unfortunately giga rare, which it's gonna have the same rarity as all level 11 uniques, you know, so it should be, we should be able to buy one.
I need more time. The Vatican will fall by my hand. I shall dethrone you, Sycamore, and leave you to the sand! I tried to seek peace, and the Sycamores disgraced me.
Oh, I forgot to put War Banner on my bar. The Ritual unique change is kind of wild. I don't know how to feel about it. It is definitely a wild change. My initial feeling is I like it. Like, for somebody who is a solo self-found tourist, or whatever you want to say, it would encourage me to play solo self-found more, both in early game and an end game perspective. But, like, because I like to do weird builds that require uniques, there's no real good way to target farm uniques in this game. And Ritual gives you that avenue to where, like, if I wanted to play a build, I play something normal first in solo self-found, farm Ritual, and then eventually I'll get the uniques for it. So it just comes down to, do you like uniques being easier to target farm in general or not? If you like that they're rare and hard to find in solo self-found, then you probably don't like this ritual change, but to me,
If you are the
I really like it.
It must be.
Like, I just like having the avenue of being able to have the option to target farm uniques in a positive way. That's not just like chancing, right? Like, obviously you can farm the bases and then chance orb, but like,
Here we are.
who really does that, you know? Very small amount of people.
I hear you. No need to rush.
And, you know, I could be completely wrong. Like, on paper, to me, it makes sense that if
A deal is made.
endgame ritual is getting this change, the early game ritual is too. Maybe it doesn't, you know? Who knows? It was just a speculation video. What is worse between paying for an OnlyFans account or a build file?
Yes.
I don't know.
Have your orders.
Both sound pretty silly to me.
This barren place holds an essence of water. Perhaps it is beneath the sands.
I don't think it'll be farmable. I think you'll get for uniques, but either way, like, unless something weird happens with the loot table of the bow, it should be common enough. To get. Like, I'm not worried about it. But I'm not a solo self-found player, so, like, you know, I'm the wrong person to kind of get this perspective from. So, but to me, like, I don't have a problem with the ritual change, I guess. Because there's the argument to be made that, like, you know, if they refine the ritual table, you should be able to farm, like, good bases and stuff and good gear from it, but I don't know. It's weird. It's weird for sure, but I don't necessarily hate it. And in a lot of ways, I do appreciate what it could add to the game.
Snake woman. I need more time.
Yeah, War Banner does feel nice. We kind of dumpstered her. Oh yeah, you can feel the War Banner difference. Yeah, I like the War Banner ad. That was nice.
The Visteri Desert is a strange and deadly place.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. Like, even though Ritual seems so cool, I don't know. Like, part of me wants... Breach is like my favorite mechanic to play. It's just fun. I know some people don't like Breach, but I just like that you're killing a buttload of monsters. Just a density of monsters. Like, I just enjoy doing that. So Breach to me is very appealing. There's also just like really good rewards from Breach. But again, Temple... I think Temple's gonna print currency, and my build needs a cultivated unique. We need the cultivated Hate Forge. So part of me wants to like do Temple early so I can get the Hate Forge out of the way. And also get the Temple set up early. For like an Atziri farm specifically. Can cultivation orbs drop anywhere in Temple, or is it only off of Atziri? I forget. I have farmed so little Temple that I genuinely don't know. Oh my goddamn beetles. Oh my goddamn beetles. He was trying Forge Smith's Hammer combined with his Temper weapon. Not sure if that'd be strong. Who knows? Playing anything new on League launch is always a gamble. What bow are you using as a proxy for the unique? Not using any bow for, like, I mean, I'm just using whatever good DPS bow I have. There's, like, no proxy for the unique. Unless you meant in that testing I just did, I was using a quiver. I forget the name of it. I was supposed to go get my Ascendancy, and then I came here on accident. Okay, so from here, the decision would be... if you have the bow at this point, you potentially want to get block chance. If you're not at block cap, if you're not 50% with what gear you have. You would potentially get Lay Siege as well, because we have block and it's going to increase our damage by a lot. But because we're not actually physically playing the build, at some point we do come up here and get Crushing Verdict, so that's where I'm going to go right now, is towards Crushing Verdict. But on live, you know, you might want to get some armor stuff, because armor does help with the block chance. You might want to scoop Defender's Resolve for the easy 12%, 17% block chance. And then coming down the Lay Siege, it gets you another 10% block chance, but then it gets you Lay Siege, which we're already going to have at that point. At this point, even without having something like Black Braid, we're going to have like 25% block chance. So it's going to be a 25% damage increase at that point, so at the worst. And then once you get Rear Guard, it's going to be overpowered, so.
Did they really need all this to prove their faith?
Stay still, Bozo. I'm not level 22 yet. If I was 22, I could use Freezing Mark. But I don't have it yet. It doesn't seem worth it right now. Like, look how much damage we're doing with this Lightning Arrow. That is just... Until Freezing Mark, not worth doing. Yeah, right now I'm just like practicing the flow like Crazy said, like where it's just like I'm also like just very inexperienced with bow builds. I've played one bow build and it was last patch, so like I am a big old noobo with bow builds. That's not what we wanted to see.
Rest. I will honor your sacrifice.
That is not what we wanted to see.
Need something? It was
I just meant, like, I didn't mean that I haven't played one that to where it doesn't matter. It's just I haven't played one until, like, I've only played one ever. You know. So I'm not experienced in them,
no need to rush.
is what I was trying to imply there. I phrased that stupid, you're right. But that build was also, like, a twink leveling experience, and it was a very weird build. That, Doomfletch Ritualist, so... I wouldn't call it a normal bow experience. But yes, I phrased that weird. I meant to say that, I'm shit at bow builds.
Take care.
Just want to see how off it is. Actually, not that far off, funny enough. I'd have way better gear if I was doing my temple, but I just don't want to go in temple anymore. I'm saving it for the patch. I do have that lightning essence, you're right. I don't know if I want to use it on this one, but YOLO. Actually a really good base now. Yeah, I'm so bad at crafting that I did completely forget I had that. I mean, yeah, that works. We have 2 lightning runes for if I get sockets at some point. Alright, let's go do our ascendancy. Normally I do it first thing, but I went on autopilot for the, towards the quest.
I will show them how a true warrior fights.
God, I'm so ready for this patch, you guys. I'm so bored. I know tonight my friends and I are playing Subnautica 2 as a group. So I'll be diving into that blind. So that'll, like, at least stall me for, like, tonight. But, like... How are we gonna make it, you guys? How are we making it to launch? We're doomed. Am I supposed to just league start practice bows every day? Are you kidding? I'm gonna eat my toes. I'm not gonna eat my toes. I didn't mean that, Yeti, but...
I will serve.
Rip.
We have met in battle.
No, you spend too much time with Miso, last one. You spend too much time with Miso. No, sir. No, no, no. Someone's hanging out on Miso's stream too much. He's the foot fetish guy. Hellforge is full open. By the way, what's funny is, Sour, I saw you just post about it. I might end up streaming it either later tonight or tomorrow. But one of the developers DM'd me a key. But then, like, in the middle of the night last night, but then they just randomly decided to make the game fully open, like, an hour ago. But yeah, I ended up getting DM'd a key. I played it for a round. I thought it was really cool, but then I started streaming this game. But yeah, I'm probably going to stream it at some point before launch. Because it does look really fun. Yeah, Miso's not as cool as me, so... Makes sense, makes sense, makes sense. I never upgraded this iron ring. I am shit at this game. Well, that's why I never upgraded it.
I'm ready.
That is why I never upgraded it. I forget if I had asked you, Rusty, do you know what your league's starting? As I need to AFK really quick, but I'll read it when I'm back. Alright. So far the build craft isn't quite there yet, but it has good bones. Does the game have thorns? No, Rusty. There's only one thing you should do. There's only one thing you should do. Join us. Join us on the Bowbringer journey. 75% block, 80% evasion life. You know you want a taste of that action. Oh, it does have thorns? Okay, maybe I will stream it. Maybe I'll stream it tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I just lost a bunch of honor by eating that fireball like a dumbass. Drink the Kool-Aid, Rusty. Drink the Ironbound bow Kool-Aid. The Spirit Walker is trap. Martial Artist is probably not trap because Quarterstaff is kind of broken in a lot of ways. So you'll be fine no matter what on martial artists. Spirit Walker is bait. There's a 0% chance Ironbound is bait. Like, I've never in my life been baited on League Start by something cool looking. Never. So, trust. Trust the Ironbound journey. Nothing can go wrong. But fun. You might have too much fun. Am I selling the build well, guys? Do you think he's convinced? I'm not good at this.
Good riddance.
Hey, what's up, Minosuke? How you doing? It's not bait. It's gonna work. You'll see. And worst case, you just delete the character and you play something new. Like, oh well, right? Like, oh well. Yeah, I know. I feel dirty League starting a bow build. After, like, I think I've pretty much always League started a melee build. I'm League starting some gross bow build. Just starting the part? Yeah. That's okay. We need interesting things to talk about.
Swift magnificence. Relish your mortality.
I'm not ready. Great creature.
A great challenge overcome.
Bowbringer. Wouldn't want that node when we're playing Ironbound on launch, but you know, not the end of the world right now. What's funny is the way armor break works, from my understanding, is like... The reason why armor break scaling feels bad at times is because you essentially... The more armor something has, the more damage you'll do to it with armor break. When you like over armor break and stuff. And bosses and stuff that just have like a small amount of armor, you'll feel like you're doing less damage on than like bosses that just have giga armor. So apparently what you want to do is getting the mod that increases the armor of enemies is a damage increase. So normally with some builds you would avoid that mod, but it ends up being a DPS increase in a lot of circumstances
I will overcome this.
with how the armor formula is currently set up, is my understanding. See if we can get a freeze off. We don't have freezing mark yet, so... I should have saved, whatever it's called. Oops. Am I too slow? Yeah, like, it's just better to just, like... Until you get freezing mark for the instant freeze, it's just better to lightning arrow right now. And I even feel on launch it's going to be better to lightning arrow, just because, like, with the new bow returning the shots, with double lightning rod hitting, it's just gonna do so much damage that like you're just gonna shred. You're just gonna shred the bosses before they have a chance to do anything. Although, I don't pretend to understand the math and what's explained to me. That was just what I was told in the Thorns Discord. That whenever you're scaling with imploding impacts, where fully broken armor, you can break armor below 0 or whatever, that you want them to have like more armor or something once you start implementing talents like increased effect of fully broken armor and shit like that.
Strength is.
I don't pretend to understand what was said.
May that serve you.
Warbringer. Now, unfortunately, like for how we're playing right now, getting the Ascendancy does nothing for our build. It's like it's a nothing. It adds nothing virtually. But on launch, it'll enable us to pierce and return right away, and that'll be massive. But right now, without having it apply to all damage types, it's like, you know, it doesn't really add much to the current build. But at this point, we would add like armor explosion to something. You know, if we're playing lightning arrow, we're probably adding armor explosion to it. Place rapid attacks. Alright, I want to test that build. I don't know if it's going to be better. Oh, it was better. Okay.
Who goes there? No need to rush. As you wish.
At 22, I did hit 22, so I get freezing work now. Oh, I don't have the int for it. Okay.
How can I be? I have changed my mind.
I'm not setting up my tabs because, like, every day I, like, completely wipe my solo self-found account, so I get a fresh start, so there's no point, like, saving anything or setting stuff up. I just all gets
Think carefully.
dumped.
That holds power. I am pleased.
Again, I could be... A, the Thorns Discord could be wrong. B, I could have misunderstood what they said. But at some point, someone said it would be valuable to get, in some circumstances, the added armor to boss mod or enemies. Oh yeah, that feels great. You're not doing enough damage to instantly break armor, but with Ironbound we would. So like, having armor and explosion and stuff is going to be so nice. Just everything's going to instantly get their armor broken, because the Ironbound bow is going to be doing a lot more damage than this bow. And it's just going to be chain armor explosions going off. So the clear is just going to be so good. With Ice Shot or Lightning Arrow or whatever. I have no idea, Sour. I can try setting that up. I'll see. I don't think so, though. I'm pretty sure you gotta set up your tabs every new league start, but I got no clue.
retreats for now. The ground shudders and the light withers.
I really like War Banner. Heralds are alright, but I really like War Banner. I mean, Heralds are good. They're not alright. But I might keep using War Banner.
Necromancy.
Alright, I'll try it.
The lost
I'll try it before I stream tomorrow, Sour, and we'll see if that snapshots it. What does armor explosion scale off of again? What's its damage scale off of? I don't remember. Hey, what's up, Blade? So it's just like a percentage of the, like, the damage of my bow. It's not like scaling off strength. Might be confusing that with Stomping Ground. Maybe it was Stomping Ground that scaled off of strength. I'll read it. Attack damage of this skill is 30% of default attack damage. Okay. Yep. Thank you, Blade. What's up, dude? Yep, same. Yep, Sanja, thanks. Yep, looks like it's a fixed scaling. Yep. Yep. I think I'm confusing that with Stomping Ground. Stomping Ground, you use to scale off of strength stacking. Yeah, I'm just messing around getting practice. This is like the ideal scenario for like testing the worst start possible. We got really bad bows from the get-go and like didn't get a good bow right away, like from Renly. And we wanted to test how that feel once. I cannot wait for patch notes. I cannot wait for League launch. Cannot wait for the podcast. I'm just so bored. Hopefully we get the martial artist teaser today.
Can't go further without life above, death below, something waiting between you and knowledge. Prove to me you are more touched by dark, yet still mine to wield. My mind, I see, I hear.
You now possess understanding of their language.
When you actually play 0.5 and get that bow early, everything will feel so much easier. Oh yeah, like,
I must go.
and even if like, I'm almost, there's no way I don't get it early. Like, I've been able to like play Thorns on League Start, which is so trade heavy. Like, I should have it early. As long as I just don't get fucked on Exalts and like I have a few Exalts to trade, I'll have it by the end of Act 2 at the latest, but I think I'll have it in Act 1. Because I'm going to be stopping and smelling the roses a lot, you know? I'm going to be like, ooh, what's this new thing? Ooh, what's this new thing?
Take care.
Yeah, I'm not trying to rush to endgame, you know. I mean, I'm trying to be fast and efficient, you know, but... Because I want to get, like... I want to be in endgame by the end of the day 1. So I can do, like, a day 1 update for the build. Before I go to bed. So my hope is that I'm in endgame by day 1, which I should be, you know. With how much power scaling we have, with how good this bow looks like it's going to be, I should be hitting so hard and even smelling the roses. How did I get turned around? Fuck. So even though I'm doing stuff like this where I get lost, you know, I should be in endgame by day 1. Day 1 for me, because the patch releases is like so late into the day, like I don't get a super lot done because I'm gonna go to bed, you know. A lot of these streamers are freaks, you know. They'll do a 24-hour stream because they're crazy. I'm old. I can't do that anymore. So day 1, you know, I'll be streaming until I'm tired, then gonna go to bed. But day 2 will be, like, the big stream for me on launch day, where, like, hopefully I'm at the beginning of endgame, and I just spend all of day 2 getting to level 90 or something, you know? And completing all of the endgame quests. Which I believe how Misos takes it, but, Rabbit in my eyes has fully evolved to a sweat. He is officially a sweat in my mind. He practices speed runs. He's like, he's crazy, dude. He takes it like as seriously as you can take it now. He still likes to pretend he's one of the normies like us, but no. He's full, like he's full sweat status. So I imagine he is like blasting into endgame, and I'm sure he's doing a big stream and shit too, which of course he'll want to, because he's gonna have, like, I'm predicting he's gonna have like 3K viewers on launch. He's gonna be fucking massive. But yeah, he's probably like just full degenning. By the time I wake up, he's probably already like level 90, you know.
These tusks are
And yeah, once I have the bow, like, even if I don't get any other uniques with it, like in Act 2, it's going to do so much damage compared to these bows I'm using right now. Like, there's no way I'm not in endgame by the end of day 1, so I'm pretty confident. I don't know. I'm going to have a lot of fun. I'm not like, we have a 6-month league ahead of us, so I'm not stressing it, you know? I'm going to be looking to... This first build I'm taking seriously to the point, like... Meaning that, like... I'm not going to re-roll quickly unless it's just ass. Unless it's just completely the worst build. It's, like, full, like, S-tier bait. Then that's the only way I re-roll off of it quick. I'm going to probably try and do, like, a min-max, like... version of this build and make it as good as I can. And hopefully hit level 100. I won't force level 100 if I'm like, if I get build fever and I desperately want to play something else.
The deal is done.
But
Warm nights.
I'm locked in on this build. I think it's got good potential. What time is it? Yeah, I hope the chrono changes are good. I mean, again, the patch notes, like, I'm easily baited, but it'll be hard to get me off of this build, but who knows what the patch notes provide. But, like, when I just, like, imagine this mechanic just with no friction and then running around with block evasion, it just sounds so fun. But this mechanic is so cool. And that's gonna happen, like, always. Like, every shot I fire should do this. And that's just so cool. And if you don't want to play iShot, look at how, like, imagine Spiral Volley with Fork and just a density. It's going to look so cool running through maps. It's just gonna look so cool. Will it be like the highest DPS build? Probably not, but it should be able to clear everything, and it's gonna be fun. I mean, look at that. That's just like so cool. The return effect is gonna be awesome.
I can't yet.
And then again, it's a bow build on a Warbringer, so it's got that weird off-meta bullshit that, like, the type of builds that I like to play. But that's going to be 75% block, 85% evasion with 50% deflection, and then 1,000 ward. Like, unkillable? No, unkillable doesn't exist with evasion builds. But it's going to be, like, you're going to have to be a dum-dum to die once you've got all that set up. Like, you're going to have to be, like, basically AFKing in damage. Same, Sanja. I always lean heavy. I hate playing glass cannon builds. I very much hate playing glass cannon builds. I always sacrifice damage for defenses in my builds, usually. But this is going to be so fun in endgame. Like, I'm hoping Spiral Volley can be the play, because I love Spiral Volley. This is Spiral Volley without adding Fork to it. I can probably put a Fork support gem into it. I don't know what Spiral Volley actually looks like with Fork, because normally you don't need anything with Spiral Volley. You can just get Frenzy Charges and makes it chain, And Spiral Volley with just Frenzy Charges has crazy clear on its own. Can you put Fork in Spiral Volley? You can. Do you fork off of ice walls? I've never tested. I think it's forking. It looks like there's more projectiles there. I can't tell though. I got bad eyes. I don't know if it forks off of shield wall. It doesn't look like it's forking off of ice walls. Let me go check in like, oh, I do have level 1 maps on me. This character has like no good gear on him, so he's probably not gonna do any damage and. It'll look way better on launch when like everything is piercing and forking and returning. But you can kind of get how the effect's gonna look. It's just gonna look like there's gonna be projectiles everywhere. But of course, if you do it with Ice Shot, you know, Ice Shot just looks super awesome whenever you get the return effect. And it'll be way more consistent with the bow. This character has like my werewolf build gear, so it's not like it's actually set up to play a bow build right now. But the mechanic is going to be so awesome on launch. I can't wait.
Solved it. Have an order?
Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream there, guys. I got family over, and I got shit I gotta do for work and stuff. I probably won't end up streaming later tonight because I'm playing Subnautica 2 with some friends, and they probably don't want me to stream that. Maybe we do end up streaming it, though. Tomorrow, there's a new ARPG that just released that looks really fun. I might end up streaming that tomorrow, but if not, we're going to be streaming every day until launch, probably. At least Monday through Friday. Just getting practice on the build. And yeah. But if I don't see you guys, the podcast is this Thursday with Pox. Yeah. So, see you guys.